Okay, class. So for our next topic, for the midterm, so let's discuss Article 1503 in the contract of sale. So first, Article 1503 talks about transfer of ownership by delivery of specific goods to carrier or other bailee. So this is the general rule. Delivery of specific goods to carrier or other bailee for the purpose of transmission to the buyers, transfer ownership to the buyer. So here class, ang pinag-uusapan sa Article 1503, what if yung goods is ipinadala mo ngayon sa carrier? Let's say for example, bumili ka galing ng Maynila. So ngayon, si seller from Manila, ipinadala niya na ngayon sa isang carrier. Let's say for example, GNT. So, ang general rule daw class, kapag si seller ibinigay na ngayon kay GNT yung goods, matatransfer na yung ownership kay buyer. So, that is the general rule. Exception, so when there is a stipulation to that effect. So, ibig sabihin class, may kontrata kayo, may kontrata si seller at si buyer na kahit na i-deliver na ngayon kay carrier, so yung ownership is mare-retain pa rin sa seller. Number 2, when the terms of the bill of lading, the goods are to be delivered to the seller or his agent or to the order of the seller or his agent. So, ibig sabihin, terms ng bill of lading, ibig sabihin ng bill of lading class is, yun yung, di ba, for example, magpadala ka through LBC. So, ngayon, di ba may marireceive kang papel from LBC? So, that is bill of lading. So, terms ng bill of lading, nandun sa likod ng bill of lading na yung ownership is mare-retain pa rin kay seller. Naintindihan? O di kaya, kung hindi si seller, mare-retain pa rin sa agent ni seller. O di kaya, to the order ng seller or ng agent. Number 3, then by the terms of bill of lading, the goods are to be delivered to the order of the buyer or his agent, but the bill of lading is retained by the seller or his agent. Number 4, when the terms of the bill of lading, the goods are to be delivered to the order of the buyer or his agent, but the bill of lading is retained by the seller or his agent. So, when the seller draws on the buyer a bill of exchange for the price of the goods and transmit the bill of exchange and the bill of lading to the buyer to secure acceptance or payment of bill of exchange, but the buyer dishonors such bill of exchange. So, take note class, dito sa number 4 naman, doon sa bill of lading is matatransfer, doon, nakalagay doon sa terms and condition ng bill of lading is yung goods is matatransfer na kay buyer. Pero, but the bill of lading is retained by the seller or his agent. Na-retain pa rin. Ibig sabihin kasi ng bill of lading class is, yun yung, parang it signifies an ownership over a specific goods. So, however, if the bill of lading is negotiated to a purchaser for value in good faith, ownership of goods is passed on to him. So, may mga example tayo mamaya. So, example, Spear Manufacturing Corporation or Spear sold to Benny a 100 sack of sugar for 40,000. Ngayon, si Spear shipped the goods on board the vessel of To Go, which issued a bill of lading in which it is stated that the goods are to be delivered to the order of Spear. So, take note class, di ba every time na magpapadala ka, parang may makukuha kang papel babalik sa nagpadala. So, that is bill of lading. So, parang resibo, as if resibo mo. So, ngayon, si Spear forwarded the bill of lading to Benny without endorsing it. So, yung bill of lading, since you are the seller, ibibigay mo ngayon sa buyer. To signify that the goods ay napadala mo na. So, here, the delivery of the goods to carrier does not transmit ownership to Benny. It's because nga, yung bill of lading was not endorsed. Without endorsing it. This is so because although Benny is in the possession of bill of lading, he cannot get the goods, not being the endorsee of the document. So take note class, yung bill of lading dapat i-endorse ni Spear kay Benny para si Benny ay matransfer sa kanya yung possession ng goods. So if in the preceding example, let's say for example class, the bill of lading states that the goods are to be delivered to the order of Benny, but Spear retains the possession of bill of lading. The delivery to the carrier does not confer ownership of the goods on Benny. This is because although the goods are to be delivered to his order, Benny cannot get the goods since he is not in the possession of the bill of lading. So take note class, itong bill of lading kasi is importante ito. Kung kanino naka-possession yung bill of lading, sa kanya yung ownership ng goods. But may exemption doon class ha, kahit nasa iyo pa yung bill of lading, kapag ni-retain ng seller yung ownership, so si seller pa rin yung may-ari ng goods. So next, assume that the bill states that the 100 sacks of sugar are to be delivered to the order of Benny. Spear draws a bill of exchange for the price of the goods and transmit the bill of exchange together with the bill of exchange to Benny to secure acceptance or payment of the bill of exchange. Itong bill of exchange class is it is a negotiable instrument na nagsisik ng acceptance for payment. Let's say for example, one of the example is cheque. So cheque. Yung cheque kasi is a formal parang convertible yon, while in a bill of exchange kasi it's just only a paper. Nakalagay doon na ang nakalagay doon is nagsisik ka ng acceptance and at the same time payment. So ang nangyari dito class, si Spear draws a bill of exchange. And then ngayon, transmit niya yung bill of exchange at saka yung bill of lading kay Benny. Para ngayon, para magkaroon ng acceptance or payment of the bill of exchange. So kapag inaccept yun ni Benny, so the goods will transmit to Benny. However, so my explanation class, if Benny has sold, Spear draws a bill of exchange for the price of the goods and transmit the bill of exchange together with the bill of lading to Benny to secure acceptance or payment of the bill of exchange. But Benny dishonors the bill of exchange. Ibig sabihin ng dishonors class is hindi inaccept ni Benny yung bill of exchange. Ibig sabihin, ayaw magbayad ni Benny. So, kapag ayaw magbayad ni Benny, dishonor yung bill of exchange, yung 100 sacks is mare-revert kay Spear or babalik, yung ownership is babalik doon kay seller. So, ngayon, si Benny is bound to return the bill of lading, and if he wrongfully retains it, ownership of the goods is retained by Spear. So, di ba class, hindi inaccept ni Benny yung bill of exchange. Kasi nga, yung bill of exchange parang maniningil ngayon si Spear kay Benny. And then ngayon, what if, so dapat, kapag dinishonor ni Benny yung bill of exchange, yung bill of lading is ibabalik dapat ni Benny kay Spear. What if hindi niya binalik? So, yun yung stance natin. So, hindi niya ibinalik ngayon. So, ang mangyayari doon, wrongfully retains it. Ownership of the goods is retained by Spear. However, if Benny sold the sugar to Trump, ibinenta ngayon sa iba ni Benny yung sugar or yung goods. an innocent purchaser for value in good faith. Ibig sabihin ng in good faith, hindi alam ni Trump na hindi kay Benny yung sugar, and endorse the bill of lading to the latter. Ngayon, in-endorse ngayon ni Benny yung bill of lading kay Trump. Trump acquires the ownership of goods. So, ibig sabihin, mapapasa na ngayon yung ownership kay Trump, a third party which is a purchaser for value in good faith. So, Article 1505. So, let's discuss Article 1505. Sale by a person who is not owner of the thing sold. So, what if, ano ang magiging rules natin kapag you are not the owner, pero ibinenta mo yung thing? When goods are sold by a person who is not the owner thereof, the buyer acquires no better title than the seller had, except in the following cases. Number 1, when the sale is made under the authority or with consent of the owner. Number 2, when the owner is precluded by his conduct from denying the seller's authority to sell. Number 3, when the sale is made under provision of any Factors Act, recording laws, or any other provision of law enabling the apparent owner to dispose the goods as if he were the true owner thereof. Number 4, when the sale is made under the statutory power of sale or under the order of court of competent jurisdiction. And number 5, when the purchase is made in a merchant store or in fairs or market. So, don't worry class, may mga example tayo. So, here, example. S stole the ring of O and sells the same to B, who does not have any acknowledge that the ring was stolen. Did B acquire the title to the ring? So, the answer is no. It's because the title of S, si S kasi is a thief. Naintindihan? So, the title, because the title of S is that of a thief. So, magnanakaw. And then ngayon, syempre, the buyer acquires no better title than S had over it. So, ibig sabihin, yung na-acquire na title ni B is gaya din ng kay S. Naintindihan? Kung ano yung na-acquire ng seller, yun din yung na-acquire ng buyer. So, O may therefore recover the ring from B without any obligation on his part to reimburse B. So, ibig sabihin, si O magkakaroon ngayon ng he has the right to recover the ring over kay B without reimbursing B. Naintindihan? So, pwedeng bawiin yun ni O kay B yung ring without reimbursing B kung magkano yung ring na pinagbentahan ni S. Naintindihan? So, ngayon, ano yung magiging remedy ni B? Kasuhan niya ngayon si S. Recovery. Naintindihan? Whoever loses a movable or has been unlawfully deprived thereof may recover it from the person in possession of the same without such possessor being entitled to reimburse, except if the acquisition is in good faith and had been made in public sale or auction. So, according to Article 559 class is pwede mong bawiin yung sayo. Naintindihan? Yung movable property mo from the possessor. Naintindihan? Without reimbursing the possessor kung magkano niya nabili or magkano niya na-acquire yung movable property. So, that is according to Article 559. So, except lang class, kung yung ring nabili ni B sa public auction. So, kapag nabili ni B sa public auction, so CO, he cannot recover the ring anymore. Unless lang kung bilhin niya ulit kay B. So, next, example. Based on the preceding example, suppose the ring found its way into a jewelry store and it was from that jewelry store that B bought the ring in good faith. Letter A, the question letter A, did B acquire the title to the ring? And question letter B, can O recover the ring from B? So, ito yung sinasabi ko